What's going on, guys? This is Joe. I am back for another draft. As you can see, we've opened up an interesting pack. I like Resilient Kenra. That's a pretty sweet card. Um, some Eternalize. It's a low drop early. It's a high drop late, but it's pretty aggressive. Um, I like it. There's a Quarry Beetle here as well, but I feel like that's in a very particular deck, specifically the Desert deck, which is kind of where the Sidewinder Naga wants to be. If Near Deadlands is also very good, and I would take that if the Kenra wasn't here. But I'm gonna take the Kenra. I think the Kenra wants to be in a faster deck, so we're gonna be looking to be aggro, which would be kind of nice. And we'll have to see how that works for us. But yeah, here's a Resilient Kenra, and I'm gonna take that as our first pick. We'll see how we do today. A HOU Oasis is also nice. There's a Desert of the Indomitable and of the Mindful and a Dagger of the Worthy. There's a Feral Prowler, a Puncturing Blow. This pack's pretty sweet. Carrion Screecher as well. I think I'm going to take the Oasis. There's a lot of cards that care about deserts. I also really like Puncturing Blow. Maybe I take Puncturing Blow. Green-red is a nice aggressive combo of colors. So I think that actually might be a little bit better. HOU Oasis is fine. We did just pass an If Near Deadlands and two cards, like I said, in green that care about deserts. So yeah, I think Puncturing Blow is better than HOU Oasis, to be honest. You got to tap 3 and tap this and sack a desert for its ability. Whereas Puncturing Blow is just a really nice removal spell. So yeah, I think I'll take Puncturing Blow here. There's another HOU Oasis, there's an Overcome, and there's an Obelisk Spider. Obelisk Spider is probably my favorite card in this set, to be honest, but we're trying to be more aggressive, which means we need to take Overcome, and that's upsetting to me, because I like Obelisk Spider quite a bit, and like I said, there's a second HOU Oasis, so we probably could have had a pretty sweet Deserts deck. I like Torment of Venom as well, but not better than Overcome, and Overcome is insane. Overcome just ends games when you play it, so, and if we're trying to be aggressive and we have stuff like this, that's just kind of where we want to be. So yeah, I'm going to take the Overcome here. Pretty sweet pickup in Overcome. I like Harrier Naga in this instance as well. Refuse to Cooperate is okay. We're not in blue, and Refuse is a pretty good card, but I don't know that it's worth the pick. I think Harrier Naga, or honestly Frontline Devastator as well, are fine cards. Frontline Devastator being able to be pumped, it has a flick 2, it's a 3/3, but it's also 4 mana, as opposed to the Harrier Naga, which is 3 mana. They have the same power and toughness. It's just that the Devastator has a flicked. But I think I'm going to take the Harrier Naga. I think lower drops are more important for us right now, so I'm going to go ahead and go with the Harrier Naga. Plus the fact that we're seeing some sweet green, so I want to kind of, I mean, obviously we passed those HOU Oasises, but I'm going to try to signal that green's not open, despite that. Okay, here's another Harrier Naga. Life Goes On is nothing. There's Inferno Jet as well. I was going to say there's no red in this pack, but that's wrong. Inferno Jet is really sweet, and in an aggressive deck, a nice way to close out games. Because you kind of get into the late game, and they have a bunch of blockers, but you've brought them down to 6 or less, and this just kind of kills them. So I think over the Harrier Naga, which might just come back, I'm going to take this Inferno Jet here. I like this card quite a bit. Okay. In this one, we've got Furled Sandwalla. That's a good early drop. There's also a foil basic and a full art basic, which is kind of funny. There's a Sidewinder Naga as well, but we have been passing all those deserts, so that's probably what kind of a player is going to pick that up. But this is a fine 1-drop. If we don't have a 2-drop, it does things on turn 2. So Furled Sandwalla is an amazing. I actually really like this card, so I'm going to go ahead and take that. Okay. We have another Harrier Naga, a Feral Prowler, a Beneath the Sands, which we don't need if we're just 2 colors, and a Quarry Beetle, which we don't need, like I said, unless we are in the Deserts deck, which we are clearly not. Somebody else is going to be in that deck, I assume. Unless HOU Oasis comes back, and then we might decide to pick that up and kind of go both ways with it. But I'm going to take the Feral Prowler here. We already have a Harrier Naga, plus we know that there might be some coming back if this one went that late as well. So I'm going to take this Feral Prowler. It's a lower drop as well, which is good for this deck. Okay, there's a Gift of Strength. I'll take that. There's nothing incredible in this pack where we're like, oh my god, you know, why is that still here? We should be in that color instead. So I'll take this Gift of Strength. We might not play it, but if we do, it's a fine combat trick, giving something +3/+3 in reach. The reach isn't relevant if we're trying to be aggressive, but it's still a good card. Again, Manalith is for mana fixing, which we're not trying to do because we're in 2 colors. So Quarry Beetle comes back. The foil Sidewinder Naga comes back. I think I'm going to take that over Crash Through. Again, nothing insane in this pack either. So I'll take the Sidewinder Naga. One, it's foil, but more importantly, it's in our colors. And if we get some deserts, we can play it. For now, I think I'm going to put it in the sideboard. There's another Feral Prowler. I'll take that happily. Again, over a Crash Through. Okay, nothing for us here. I think we've been seeing quite a bit of, obviously, white and black. I think I'll just take the Ruin Rat. It's going to go in the sideboard, but in case we see some crazy black, we can do that. We're not heavily in red, to be honest. But we did pass that Obelisk Spider, so that kind of sucks. I'll take this Crash Through. I don't know that we're going to play it, but I'll take it. Take the Lurching Rot Beast. And the Grizzly Survivor over the foil land, and then the land. All right, so we're not necessarily in red. We only have 2 red cards. We have a lot of green, though. Here's another Inferno Jet and another Puncturing Blow. There's a Dune Diviner, which cares about deserts, and there's a Hope Tender, which is for ramping, which we're not trying to do. We're trying to be a little bit lower in curve. Notice our 2-drop slot, which kind of would make you think that we would go this way, but Inferno Jet is better. Puncturing Blow is also good, but I don't know why this is in the sideboard. But yeah, Inferno Jet is very, very good, and I think I'm going to go ahead and take that. Grind to Dust is okay, but it's nothing insane. So I'm okay with passing that and taking Inferno Jet instead. Blur of Blades isn't bad, but if it weren't Inferno Jet, it would be Puncturing Blow first. Okay, there's a Sand Strangler and a Gilded Ceradon, but that's 4 and 5. We're looking to be lower to the ground. There's Beneath the Sands is the only green, which really just means there's no green in this pack. So I'm taking this Kenra Scrapper. Card is really good, and it's a low drop, and it's in red. It's a shame to pass the Sand Strangler. I know the card's good, but again, we're not in deserts because we passed those Hashep Oasis cards. Which I think is fine. I prefer serviceable picks over deserts. I feel like you can get into a trap with deserts if you don't get enough of them and you wasted picks on them. It does feel kind of bad. So let's see how we do here with the rest of this pack. Something maybe. Oh, ooh, okay. There's quite a bit of stuff in here for us. Oasis Ritualist is really nothing. It's ramp. It's a great card, don't get me wrong, but it's for ramp. It's not for this deck. Sifter Worm is a very high drop, which is kind of not where we want to be going, especially because its ability lets us gain life equal to converted mana cost of cards, and we don't really, like, you know, if we get like an Inferno Jet or an Overcome, that's great, but otherwise, it's pretty low. Nissa's Defeat is a really bad one. Unless they have a Planeswalker, there aren't really green enchantments that I care about, and destroying a forest is not a big deal. Ramanop Excavator is a good card again, but not for this deck. That's again for the desert deck, which means that if somebody's in there, they're going to be really happy, which means I'm taking this Magma Roth, getting this guy down on turn 4 and getting him in early would be really nice. So I'm going to do that. Ambuscade is here. I will gladly immediately take that card. Despite the fact that Appeal to Authority is here, we're not in white, and I prefer both colors if we're going to play this card, because it also can just end games, very similar to what I was talking about with Overcome. Apocalypse Demon is not that good. I would take Thorn Moloch if Ambuscade wasn't here, but Ambuscade is an amazing removal spell, plus it gives your creature 1 extra point of power, and then once you get their best blocker out of the way, you can just attack in, so it's definitely Ambuscade here. I'm really happy to pick that up. Okay, well, there's another Magmaroth, but there's a Bitterbow Sharpshooters as well. That's an interesting choice. Our only 5-drop right now is Overcome, so Bitterbow Sharpshooters wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. There's also Defiant Kenra, and I'm not ignoring that. I assume that'll come back, hopefully, out of here. Magmaroth is not bad at all. We already have one, though. And it's a good card, but we do not have a lot of non-creature spells, hence the nature of the deck being playing creatures and attacking with them. So I think I'm going to take the Bitterbow Sharpshooters. This card is definitely the kind of card that needs to be dealt with quickly if you play it, especially against an opponent that has flyers. But even if they don't, it's just a 4/4 Vigilance. So I'm going to take this guy. Okay, well, I mean, there's a Desert, which we don't need. There's a Feral Prowler, which we already have 2 of. And there's a Gift of Strength, which we already have 1 of. But I'd much rather have the creature and the card draw. It's only a 1/3. So maybe Gift of Strength is the right choice. And you guys can feel free to let me know in the comments. I know you guys, some people usually do, and I appreciate that. I'm going to take this Feral Prowler here. Again, it's a 2-drop. It's an early play. And if we can beef it up, you know, even if it's just stays in the field for Overcome later because they're afraid to kill it so that we can draw a card, that's fine. Here's a Frontline Devastator. I talked about taking one of those earlier. I think it's better than the Sidewinder Naga because, again, we don't have deserts. So let's take the Frontline Devastator here. I like this. It's a 4-drop, so it's a little expensive for what we're trying to do, but still. I wouldn't mind seeing another Frilled Sandwalla, to be honest. We don't. There's an aerial guide here, though. Jeru is not good. He's a 5-mana 4/3 with Vigilance, which is really all that he is, unless you have a Planeswalker in your deck, which if you do, congrats, you're probably winning anyway. Aerial Guide's insane. I really, really like this card, but we're nowhere near blue or white, so I'm going to take the Kindled Fury. I don't know that we'll play it, but maybe we do. It could save one of our big creatures from like a double block or something like that. Okay, so we've got Dune Diviner, but we've also got Blur of Blades, Life Goes On As Nothing, and we've got a full art. And 2 deserts, which is surprising. Somebody might have a sweet deserts deck. I don't know who took those Heshep Oases, but I'm going to take this Blur of Blades. This could help us in combat a little bit. It also can deal the final 2 points of damage to the player if we need that for some direct damage. And again, Dune Diviner, we have no deserts, so... Speaking of having no deserts, I'll take this Gilded Ceradon, but I'm going to put him in the sideboard. Yep, Gilded Ceradon's still better than Nissa's Defeat. At least it's a creature, but it's still going in the sideboard. Wow. 3 in a row. Interesting. Okay, these are nothing. I'll take the full art for fun. Graven Abomination is terrible, but I'll take it. And a land. Okay, let's see what Amonkhet has for us. Our deck's pretty sweet so far, I think. We'll see. I'd like some more 1-drops, maybe. That'd be pretty sweet. At least 1-drop creatures. I just need more creatures in general. 10 is not really enough for this deck. I want more creatures. Overcome is good and can totally get us there, but it needs creatures to work. Well, that's, I mean, it's like a bomb rare, best card in the set for limited, in our colors already, even though if it wasn't, I still probably would take it. Yeah. Because I was like, oh, look, a Shafet Monitor, a Synchronized Strike. Nope. There's a Glorybringer. I'm taking Glorybringer immediately. Cartouche is not bad. Hopefully that comes back. If not, maybe Synchronized Strike does. But Glorybringer is what we're taking because it's a Glorybringer, and if I have to explain to you why we're taking Glorybringer, then you have not played a lot of Amonkhet or Hour of Devastation Limited. So, wow. Okay, there's actually some sweet stuff here. Limits of Solidarity is okay. Again, it's a way to get rid of one of their good blockers and get in for that last bit of damage. Honored Hydra in foil as a rare is not bad either, but it's a little expensive. Honestly, I think I'm going to take the Nefcrop Entangler here. I think that it's a low drop. It can get big early. It's kind of exactly what we want to be doing. The Honored Hydra honestly might come back. The card's okay, but it's not insane. So we might see it again. There's another red cartouche here. If we can pick up one or two of those on the way back, that'd be great. Pouncing Cheetah is also not terrible. But again, for low drops, Nefcrop Entangler is a really good choice, and I'm going to take that. Let's be nice and fast. Emberhorn Minotaur, I think, is better than Harsh Mentor. This card's okay, but I don't think it piles up enough or in the ways that we want it to. And in that case, then, if we're looking at these, Emberhorn is better than Quarry Hauler. It's just very, very aggressive. So our 4 drops are mono red. Consuming Fervor is great. I don't know why Hapatra's still here. That card's awesome. But I'm taking Consuming Fervor. That's it's a 1-drop or 1 mana cost, and it can be put on any of these smaller guys, making them very big, and then they just get smaller and smaller and smaller. Putting it on a Feral Prowler is not a terrible idea. It becomes a 4-power, 6 toughness creature, and then at the beginning of each of our turns it gets smaller, which means there's inevitability with it dying, but the bigger idea is just for it to get in early and attack. So I'll do that. There's a Bloodlust Inciter. I think I'll take that over Stinging Shot, although I hope that comes back. There's also an Angler Drake here, which, again, we're not in blue, but that's a sweet card. But Bloodlust Inciter is good if we get, like, a Bitterbow Sharpshooters out later, or any of our 4 drops, like a Magmaroth, for example. It can just get haste, surprise them, and attack as soon as it comes out. There's another limits, and I noticed that, but we might be able to pick those up later. I think Bloodlust Inciter is pretty important for us here. Interesting. Blazing Volley is much more of a sideboard card than Shed Weakness is. I think I'll just take Shed Weakness. You don't have to be playing against a -1/-1 counter deck for this card to be good. We might not play it because we already have 23, but I'll take it anyway. We'll see. And there was a Neheb in that pack again. I didn't not notice it. There's literally nothing here for us, which is unfortunate. Splendid Agony is amazing. Dispossess is garbage. And then there's everything in between. Still pretty bad is Slitherblade. Nest of Scarabs goes in a particular deck, and if you're not in that deck, it's bad. I'm just going to take the Grasping Dunes because it's the only thing that we could play, but we're still probably not going to. There's a Merciless Javelineer. If somebody gets that Neheb, they're going to be pretty happy with this. Still nothing for us. I don't know that we need anything, but at the same time, I would have liked some options. That's unfortunate. But I'm going to take this Honed Kopesh and put that in the sideboard. We might play that, although I doubt it. Same thing with this one. Do we take the Greater Sandworm? It's a little expensive, but it's something we can play since we're not playing 2 Honed Kopeshes. Or maybe we are, but I'm going to take the Greater Sandworm here. I don't know that we play it. I'll put that in the sideboard as well. If we need a strong finisher, we can take it. Spider Grasp is fine. I think Pouncing Cheetah is better. Flash it at the end of their turn when they haven't prepared for it as an attacker on the next turn. I think that card's fine. None of the cartouches came back. I'm going to take the Quarry Hauler. Hyena Pack is also fine. Alright, so we've got some cuts to make, but I think this deck is cool. Our 3 drops are kind of low, but our 2 drops are insane, so that's pretty good. Ooh, Sting Shot came back. Perfect. Sideboard. Thank you. If we face some annoying flyers, Sting Shot will be very important for us. Let's see what we take out. Okay. Well, we have to make 2 cuts in this deck. What 2 cards do we cut? This is also another opportunity where if you guys have opinions, let me know in the comments. I'm obviously going to make a pick. But if you think it was the correct pick, incorrect, let me know. I like hearing from people, hearing people's opinions. I think that's how you get better, is maybe you heard something from me that makes some sense and that can help you in the future, and maybe I'll hear something from you that could do the exact same. So I might get rid of this Blur of Blades for now. I think for direct damage, that's what Inferno Jet's for. And if we notice that they're playing a lot of X1s, then Blur of Blades will be a great card for us. And again, it'll then also have the added benefit of that extra damage. What else do we have that we want to get rid of? I don't know how much we're going to need Pump, so maybe I get rid of Gift of Strength. Again, the Reach kind of makes this card seem like more of a defensive combat trick, which we probably just don't care about. That's, for combat tricks, or not even combat tricks, but for removal, Puncturing Blow is what we want more so, because we can just get rid of something before we attack, then attack with a little bit more of an open field. So yeah, I think I'm going to get rid of Gift of Strength. Now we have 23. I think we're pretty even in terms of green versus red. So 6, 9, 12 versus 2, 4, 7, 9, 11, 15. 12 versus 15. I mean, it's about the same. We'll take one more red than green, which I'm assuming is what they're going to recommend. Yeah, perfect. That's exactly right. For those of you that care, I will group creatures separately. And this is what our curve looks like. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say, I like this deck. Fingers crossed. I'm going to go ahead and save the deck, and I'll be back with round 1 in a sec. All right, I've clicked play match. There we go. Let's see how this deck does. We are playing first. That's a good sign. That's a sweet avatar that our opponent has. It's not sweet. Our opening hand. I'm going to keep it. I'm not happy about it, but and we're on the play too. It means our first draw has to be, our first draw has to be a forest to be able to play this Feral Prowler on curve, which kind of sucks, but any land gets us Frontline Devastator. I don't like it, but we still could do well. We will see. They're still deciding whether to mulligan. It would be nice if they did. And they don't. Okay, well, I'll play a land and pass. Let's see what they have in store. Drawing a forest would be pretty sweet, deck. You let me know, but yeah. Okay. Oh, that stinks. That would also be a really nice card to play, although you want to play this after playing a 1-drop, but still. Well, they don't know our second color is green, and they don't know that we're aggressive, because we have shown them neither of those things, which is unfortunate for us. Let's see. Well, they are blue-red, which means they could be spell-based, and they do look to be, because that is totally what this card does. And that's actually a sweet card. I like that card a lot. We have been burned by that card before. No pun intended. Poked to death, I guess would be the better way of putting it. A pretty good counter for that is Feral Prowler. So I'll play that. At least they can't attack now. That'll be the end of my turn. And they play a Kenra Scrapper. That's a good card. I have one of those. Pretty sweet. And it always has Menace, so I can't block that in the future. I assume they don't attack. That wouldn't make sense. That card's really good for them if they have spells. But they're still... Okay. I was like, but they're still thinking about it. Ooh. One more land and I can cast this guy? Seems good. Let's play a Frontline Devastator. It makes my blocks against this Kenra Scrapper very good. Okay. That's my turn. No, I'm not going to attack. I'd prefer to leave these back as blockers. For now. It's not what the deck really wants to do, but still. Okay. Play a Thresher Lizard. That's a good card as well. Okay, they end their turn. I did not draw a land, which is really, really unfortunate. But I can play 2 cards this turn. That's cool. I'm going to... Because this is only... Yeah, this only pumps power, and this pumps power and toughness, which is nice. So you can make this a 5/5, which I'm totally going to do, because that seems great. So I'll play Resilient Kenra, and I'll make the Frontline Devastator a 5/5. Yes. I'll play Nefcrop post-combat. So let's attack. And now let's see them make some difficult blocks. Or just take 5, which would be even better. They do. Perfect. Second main phase, we'll play the Nefcrop Entangler. And pass. I'd really love to draw a land. If it's green, then I have Overcome as a possibility as well. They tap out to play a Manticore Eternal. That thing can die to an Exerted Glorybringer. Come on, land. Do they attack? That'd be interesting. Okay, they don't. Come on, land. Darn it. It's a Frilled Sandwalla. That's actually really unfortunate. It does give us 2 activations of this if we need it, although I don't think we do need it. I don't have anywhere close to 6 either, but I still think I attack with this guy. I can pump it once and then play the Sandwalla, I guess. This has Afflict 3 if we block it, otherwise we take 5. I just want to land. I mean, a Glorybringer kills it, so I'm not super worried about... Interesting. Okay. Let's go to combat. Let's attack with the Frontline Devastator and the Resilient Kenra. Those are bad blocks for me. Okay, just the Frontline Devastator, because at least 1 pump threatens death on the Manticore. So, yeah, just the Frontline Devastator. Because even with the Nefcrop, it just becomes a 3/3. And then if they block with the Manticore on it, it just dies. Okay. Yeah, there's no way to save it, so they'll trade. But they lose 2 life on blocks alone. And then they trade. Perfect. Alright, and then post-combat, I'll play a Frilled Sandwalla, and that'll be it. They're tapped out, so they can only play something on their turn. Alright, so they have to attack with the Manticore. Is that all they're attacking with, though? It is. Okay. I'm going to let myself draw a card. I'm going to block with the Feral Prowler here. I'll lose 3 life, but it's better than losing 5, and I get to draw a card off of it, so I'm going to do that. Because it gives me 2 options, or 2 opportunities to draw a land, and then I can just play Glorybringer and kill that if I draw a land in any of these next 2 draws. That's 1, which is still not a land. They play a Tragic Lesson, drawing 2, discarding 1 unless they bounce a land, and the Firebrand Archer goes off, which is fine. Do they bounce a land? They don't. They discard a mountain. Okay. And then play a mountain. Okay. So they're kind of flooding out, which is nice. They play something for 3. A Vizier of Tumbling Sands to untap another creature in the future at some point. That's fine. Land? Thank God. Okay. So now we can exert this. We attack with this and Glorybringer, killing the Manticore Eternal, and leaving up. I guess we technically are leaving this back as a blocker. I guess one more land would let us. Oh, no, we need another green, definitively. So, all right, let's just play Glorybringer out. And we can attack with this exerting it and this exerting it and go from there. And I'll kill the Manticore. Okay. So that all happens. Let's see if they block, and if so, how they block. Okay, that's fine. They'll double block. Yeah, I mean, I'll kill the Menace first over the 1/3. I don't know what the purpose of untapping, or how they'll benefit from untapping, I should say. I understand the purpose of untapping. So that seems fine. Yes. And they go to 9. That seems great for me. Oh, I'd have to have this be untapped. Okay, so maybe that's why they wanted to untap things. I also had a Nefcrop Entangler, and they have another Firebrand Archer. But they really haven't been playing a lot of non-creature spells. They played like 1. They have a lot of creatures in this deck. All right, so... Well, now I have 6. I guess I could attack with this guy. They could block with the Vizier, and then nothing would happen, which would kind of suck. I also... See, I want to Inferno Jet, right? It brings them to 3, but I want to try to get them first. Like, Glorybringer just kills them next turn if that's the case. So let's see what I can do here. I'm going to attack with this 2/2. If they block, I can wait until next turn to bring it back and just Inferno Jet this turn. So let's see what they do. If they block with the Vizier, then they block with the Vizier. They blocked with nothing, so they go to 7. Ugh, rough. All right, I can bring them to 1. That's fine. And I'll do that just because then next turn I can overcome, and then they can probably just not deal with it, even if they have some way of dealing with Glorybringer. Okay. Brings them to 1, and I end my turn. We're kind of showing them every good card we have. They just give up. Okay, good. So we don't have to show them overcome. That's even better for us. I didn't see any flyers, so no Sting Shot needs to come in. Trample wasn't super relevant, plus Crash Through's not good. And First Strike might have been relevant, but I don't really want to take anything out for it. I think this deck was fine against theirs. Let's see what we can do in game 2. I mean, our lands were a little rough, but that was just... I think that was more luck of the draw than anything else. So let's see how game 2 goes for us. Yeah, I think everything that we played and that we had that game was fine. Okay, very good. Let's see what we can get here. They are sideboarding, which is not the best, because maybe they have answers. I, of course, hope they don't, but they're in red-blue, so they could be putting in counter spells against Glorybringer. They could be putting in more burn spells to get rid of some of that stuff, because our biggest threats were creatures, easily. Especially because they didn't see Overcome, and, I mean, Inferno Jet is something else. Oh. Okay. I won. I don't know if they did that by accident or on purpose, but sure. That's round 1, guys. I'll be back in a sec with round 2. Okay, well, that was an odd end to round 1, but now we can start round 2. Another sweet avatar from Captain Chump, and a very similar opening hand, except now we at least have a turn 1 play. I'll keep it. I'm not super happy with it once again, but it worked out for us last time, so let's see how it works this time. He's still deciding whether to mulligan to 6, and he doesn't. Okay. Well, we'll play a land, and we can play this Bloodlust Insider and pass. I can get in some early damage if I have to with this guy, even though it's not really his purpose, but still. Alright, another blue player. Green? Hey, look at that. Well, we can... It's the same amount of damage either way. So, but the other way, at least someone's left back. A 1/3 is left back as a blocker. So, let's do that. Great. And now we have 4 lands, so we can play everything in our hand. Hey, they also have a Feral Prowler. Look at that. Okay. We drew another land, which means that we get to do nothing. Great. That's unfortunate. But that's fine. Either one of these on turn 4 is great because, well, it's probably Frontline Devastator. We can give it haste and just attack. Okay. They have a desert. It can either be for fixing, because it's a desert, or both. And they're tapping 3 for the Sidewinder Naga. Okay. That happens. It's a 4/2 with Trample. Ooh, Shed Weakness. Okay. Well... Unfortunately, if we play out... Let's play out the Hyena pack. Give it haste and attack. If they block with the Sidewinder Naga, they'll trade, which I'm totally okay with, because they have the Devastator in my back pocket, plus Shed Weakness next turn if I need. So let's try that. Hyena pack. Give it haste. Go to combat and attack. They might just block to draw a card as well, or not block at all and take 3. Look at that. And that's my turn. If they attack, I will block to draw a card. Yeah. I'll take 1, gladly, but I'll draw a card for free. Basically for free. I get to lose a creature, but still. That's fine. It's a land. That's what I was afraid of. Ooh, an Aerial Guide. Sweet card. Looks like we're going to be boarding in Aerial... the Stinging Shots. Ooh. Okay. Wow, that's awesome. Well, we can just do that, I guess. We definitely don't have to give it haste, that's for sure. So we can play it, we can attack, exert it, kill the Aerial Guide, and just swing with it and the Hyena pack. That seems fine. Actually, maybe I kill the Sidewinder Naga and attack, because if they block with Aerial Guide, it just dies. I think that's a better option for me. So yeah, let's do that. I'll exert and attack, and I'll kill the Sidewinder Naga. Yeah, killing the Aerial Guide would not have made sense there, because they can just, if they're scared of it, they'll block it anyway. And they're not, which is fine. I'll take 3 in the air next turn. You're at 9, so I'm not that concerned. Plus, if something crazy happens, I could... Well, no, I guess they're going to give it flying? No, they're just attacking for 2 in the air. That's an interesting choice. They might have pump. No, they don't. I just take 2. That seems like an interesting choice. Ah, Bitterbow Sharpshooters. That would be why. That's fine. Okay. I have a Resilient Kenra. It can pump up my Hyena pack so that it won't die to Bitterbow Sharpshooters. And unfortunately, I then won't have Shed Weakness. But I can play Frontline Devastator post-combat, so let's try that. Resilient Kenra, pumping the Hyena pack. Yes. And let's attack. Let's see what they do. Single block to draw a card. That is fine. They do. I play a land and play a Frontline Devastator. If they attack with the Sharpshooters and don't give it flying, I'll block with the Kenra. If they do give it flying, then I just take 6. This is an interesting choice. I would love to draw... without another green, I actually can't bring this back yet. But okay, so they only attack with that. I'll still block with the Kenra. That's fine. It doesn't have trample. They could have some kind of trick. They do. They have Ambuscade. Ah, okay, so they'll use it to kill Glorybringer. That's a fine card, and I don't have Shed Weakness, which is unfortunate. But Ambuscade's a great card. I talked about that. That seems fine. They're still at 9, which is good for me. And I still have Shed Weakness to deal with that, and they don't have enough mana. So yeah, that's fine. That seems fine. Okay. Yeah, like I said, I don't have enough green to play this right now. So let's go to combat. And I'll attack with both of these. And see what happens. They'll block this way and this way? Yeah. Okay. So what I'll do is, on a flicked 2, they're tapped out. I can Shed Weakness here. Sure, I'll remove the non-existent counters. They go to 7, and then I kill their 4/4. Actually, I kill both of their creatures. They just have a 2/2 flyer left. Okay. Seems fine. Anything here? They're playing something, which is important. Trial of Knowledge. Okay, so they draw 3, discard 1, but they only have 2 lands left, although I don't think they played a land this turn. So that seems fine. They'll go to 4 cards in hand. 5, and then they'll discard presumably a land, but maybe not if they only have 1 and want to play it. They discard an Aven Initiate, which is fine if they get to 7. Or do they have 7? They have 7. They play a Sunset Pyramid. That seems a little slow against us, which is nice. Okay. Do they attack? They don't, which makes sense. Because if I had another pump spell or something. All right. Let's play the Harrier Naga. Give it haste and attack for 6. Yeah, we are definitely, thankfully, we are definitely in the driver's seat here. So I am more than happy to just keep attacking every turn. They're just going to bounce the Hyena pack. Okay, I can give it haste next turn. That's fine with me. Do they block? They do not. And they go to 4. Well, Inferno Jet seems really good here, and I do have 2 of them. So drawing that at any time would be sweet. A Cartouche lets them do this. They can also draw cards with this. They have another Bitterbow Sharpshooters. Okay. That's unfortunate. They're drawing cards. Okay, they draw a card, but they're tapped out now. Do they attack? They obviously have to go to combat because that's how it works, but they don't attack. Okay. Well, I think we put the Fervor on the Hyena pack, which seems good here. Okay, so we play Hyena pack back, give it haste, give it Consuming Fervor. If they have another unsummon, then they get us, but otherwise we're just attacking in with both. If they kill this with the 4/4 and then chump with the 2/2, that's fine. We still have what next turn would end up being 5/6. That if we draw green can be pumped by the Kenra, which would be really, really, really nice. So that's fine. They draw another card. They have 6 mana. They're either trying to draw a specific out or just drawing out of desperation to see what they can get. Attacking here is not bad because this guy has Vigilance. Okay. I attack this turn if able, and then... Oh, okay. It's just so creatures I control don't untap. Okay. I guess that works. We'll see if that works. I haven't seen that card used yet. I think that's how that works. That's what it reads. That it shouldn't, they don't untap next turn. Which is fine. That happens. And I draw my card. Inferno Jet? Not Inferno Jet. Ambuscade, though. That's really good for me here. Really, really good. It's an instant, so I'm going to wait on it in case they try to get greedy and put something on it, like a cartouche. We shall see. So yeah, that'll be it for my turn. See what, if anything, they do. Because Ambuscade is an instant, so I can respond with it. And that seems fine. Let's see if they have a creature. They have 3 cards in hand. They've been drawing cards like crazy, so... I was totally right. Okay. Choose target creature I control, choose target creature an opponent controls, and tap 3. That sucks. Is it on cast? It's when it enters. So yeah, they don't even get to bounce their trial. They draw a card. Okay, congrats. That's fine. Is it some way to save it? No, it is not, which means that fizzles. That was a sweet play. I had to assume they were trying to draw into that cartouche, because then they could draw a card off this, bounce this. They sent me a message saying GG. A 3 lands in hand. GG. Wow. I think if you don't have that kill spell there, I win. That's a bold claim, but okay. I don't know what to say to that. I guess I'll just say GG and begin sideboarding. Yeah, that's a bold claim on that win. It's definitely a possibility, but I don't know about that. If I had drawn another green, I just had Resilient Kenra to back up the Hyena pack. Like I was taking 4 from the Bitterbow Sharpshooters, but they also don't know I have 2 Inferno Jets, which would have killed them at any moment that I drew it. So yeah, Singing Shot would be good here. They did have the flyer. I think the issue is it better than Shed Weakness because they have Ambuscade? It might be better than a Feral Prowler. So I think I'll take out a Feral Prowler, put in a Stinging Shot, and then submit. A 1/3 is fine, but they had much bigger stuff. So, let's see. I assume they'll play first. Well, this hand sucks. Wow. Well, I'll mulligan. Okay. Could be worse. Could be much worse. Scrying is nice, and I'll keep that on top. Proven combatant. Okay. I also have a 1/1 on turn 1, which is nice. Ooh. Oh, yeah, of course. I always do that. I'm always like, ooh, what's this card going to be? I just scryed it, so I'm fully aware of what it is if I keep it on top. If they attack, pretty sure I let it through because Feral Prowler blocks it perfectly in the future. So, okay. Hey, look at that. They have one as well. That's fine. I have a Stinging Shot. That's not helpful yet, but it will be later. And pass. There's no need to do attack shenanigans or anything like that. They have a 1/3, so it would kill this. If I gave this haste, they would just bounce off, and then I'd have my stuff tapped. Hey, look at that. Aerial Guide. Perfect. Okay, do they attack? Didn't think so. It wouldn't make sense. Okay. Overcome is nice. Harrier Naga is also nice. Ambuscade is good too. Let's... I think if I just wait, then I can Stinging Shot. I don't want to wait until... Well, I guess I can wait till they go to combat to Stinging Shot Aerial Guide. Otherwise, I could leave up Ambuscade if they play something else, although it would have to be something with 2 toughness since I only have 1 power guys on the field. So, I will not attack. I will end my turn because I have Instance waiting to be used. Yeah, they go to combat. That's fine. I'll Stinging Shot now. Okay. So now we can just stare at each other during this combat phase. Okay. They play a land and Trial of Knowledge. Very nice. Okay. And they either discard or bounce a land. They discard a Survivor's Encampment. Okay. So probably no Sidewinder Nagas for a while. Here's a 4th land. I can Harrier Naga, give it haste and attack this turn, which seems good. They can draw a card if they'd like. They've already drawn plenty. So let's give it haste, go to combat, and attack for 3. I could also just jump with that. Yep, and hope to eternalize it as a 4/4, which will be nice because I can just ambuscade it if they do that. They have to have 6, though, so they need another turn. But they have 5, so they can play Bitterbow Sharpshooters. Very nice. Looks like Ambuscade is still going to get used. Okay, perfect. Magmaroth is not bad. Ooh, and I can give it haste and attack as a 5/5. Maybe I do that this turn and hold on Ambuscade. Maybe I don't. No, because if I Ambuscade, I can make the Harrier Naga bigger and attack with it after having killed the Bitterbow Sharpshooters with it. So let's do that. Let's Ambuscade. They're tapped out, so do that and that. It kills it. I go to combat, attack for 4. And do they block? They don't, even though they do like drawing cards. Maybe this is an overcome game. Who knows? I definitely still have to wait. This is not enough. Although maybe after Magmaroth. Okay. Cartouche of Knowledge is fine. It lets it fly. They draw a card. Maybe they get cocky and attack with it. Although they still have 4 mana, so they could still play a creature. But let's see. They're playing something. Oh, right. They replay the trial because it bounced. That's fine. And they discard a land. Okay. That's fine. Do they attack? They don't. Interesting. Okay. Oh, man. Well, I can Magmaroth this turn. Consuming Fervor on Magmaroth seems like a really bad idea. But if I draw another green, it then seems really good. So let's do this. I guess attacking with Harrier Naga kind of sucks here. But I can Magmaroth, give it haste, and attack with it. So let's do that. And see what they do. Do they go to 11, or do they block and sack their creature? Nope, they go to 11. Sweet. All right, Inferno Jets are really good against this guy, at least in this particular matchup. Okay, Even Initiate. That's fine. And a Sidewinder Naga. All right, but they got rid of their desert, so it's... Am I missing something? Oh, or there's one in your graveyard. Silly me. Okay. I forgot. I'm not super up on deserts. Yeah, that's fine. We'll always yield to that. Inferno Jet. Sweet. Well, we still need some lands. Any lands will do at this point, although a green would be nice. But we can Consuming Fervor on the Harrier Naga. The Sidewinder Naga will kill the Magmaroth, but that's fine. So let's Consuming Fervor on the Harrier Naga. We can attack with both. Oh, right. Okay, it becomes a 5/5, so never mind. I forgot about that. That's perfect. Yeah. Let's attack for lethal and see how they block. They have the 7, so they can feel confident blocking with Even Initiate, except for the fact that then they kind of waste their whole turn doing that. Okay, so I will kill... I guess I'll kill the higher toughness, because Overcome is here. So yeah, I'll do that. Plus, it's the flyer. Like, they have a 4/2 trample, but I'm not super concerned. I can draw a card with the Feral Prowler the first time it attacks, get closer to drawing land, and see what happens. I could double block, but it's not worth it. Because if I draw Glorybringer, I can't play it, because I don't have that 5th land. They can play Even Initiate, but that would be their whole turn. They could also play back Proven Combatant, but again, same problem. Yeah, so there it is. That's fine. I guess they have 2 lands. They could play something else. They have a 4/4. Yeah, they play a Feral Prowler. They have a 4/4 with no other abilities and a Feral Prowler again. Very good. I thought I was the only one that was allowed to have multiple Feral Prowlers in their deck. Yeah, so Overcome would probably not be good here because they're still at 11. They could try and double block on this guy. It is only a 5/5 next turn. Do they attack? They're probably going to have to start eventually. That's kind of what they need to be doing. They do. Okay. They do, they don't. They were thinking about it. So yeah. Maybe I double block here. I get to draw a card, but then they have a 4/4 against this, what will then be a 5/5, but I can Inferno Jet. That's a tough choice. I'm definitely blocking with the Feral Prowler. The question is, do I block with both? And I think I do. I'm going to say I do. Might be the wrong choice, but we'll see. I get to draw a card. So, in my next 2 cards, maybe I get some lands. I got 1. Do I get the other? I do not. But I get a Pouncing Cheetah. That's pretty sweet. So let's attack. They can draw a card as well when they block. Wait for it to become a 4/4, and then wait out the damage until it becomes a 3/3 and then block profitably, I guess. I'm assuming that's what they're going for here. They draw a card. And I'll end my turn. I'll wait and surprise them with Pouncing Cheetah. Either on blocks, which I probably... Like, if they attack, I can just take 4. But I can play it at the end of the turn to surprise them with a 3/2 that they're not expecting. They cycle Fetid Pools to draw more cards. That's fine. They have 6, 7. They go to combat. And they do attack. That's fine. I go to 15. And they play the Devotee of Strength. They don't have 5 mana to use its ability right away, which is nice. It's only a 3/2, so it can chump this next turn when it's a 4/4. Oh, or they have another... How many Feral Prowlers do they have? Jesus. Okay. Well, let's flash in Pouncing Cheetah end of turn. And then take my turn. Can we yield to this, please? I forgot to do it last turn. Shed Weakness is good. Overcome is not in this situation, I don't believe. Although, let me see. Let me do this math. The highest... So it would be 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 total, which would be lethal. They have to block, and they can block 5 of it, but they have 2 mana and 2 cards in hand. We know they have Unsummon, unless that was the first match and I'm forgetting, but I think that was this one. Okay, so that would put them at 5, which means that if I draw another land, Inferno Jet kills them, and if I draw it next turn, that's really good. So yeah, and I'm at 15, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If they... Well, they can't take it all, it's lethal. 9, 10 if they use this ability, so I'd still go to 4, unless they had some other kind of pump that I'm not aware of. So yeah, I'm going to try an Overcome here. It is not game immediately, although it's pretty nice. And let's see what they do. They could counter it. They have blue. They don't counter it. Okay. They could have a combat trick or a bounce spell or something. We'll see. But let's go to combat. And see what they do. I am kind of tapped out, so... Okay. We attack for exactly 11. They have to block at least one of them. Let's see how they do it. They can only kill with what's on board. They can only kill Pouncing Cheetah, and I can kill both of them with it in response. So I'm assuming they spread it out. They don't. That's interesting. Okay, so they go to 3. Oh, okay, they bounce the other one. That's fine. So they did have Unsummon. I was right. So they take 3 and go to 8. And they draw a card, going to 2 cards in hand. I have no lands, so that's my turn. All right, let's see what they've got. They play another land. They can use this twice now. So it would be 11 total, which is still not enough. If I draw a land... Yeah, because as far as they know, I can only do 3 next turn, because it brings it back to its original power and toughness. If I don't draw a land, I can Pouncing Cheetah and Shed Weakness, but the Pouncing Cheetah won't be able to attack that turn because I don't have the lands up to do it, flash it in at end of turn. But they only have 2 cards in hand, so I'm not super concerned about being dead this turn. Depending on how they play this turn, I could be dead next turn. We shall see. Okay, they go straight to combat. How do they attack? That's the question. They could have like Synchronized Strike. Although that does the same thing as tapping out with this guy's ability. Although it costs much less mana. They send me a message. Lagging. It happens. Okay. They attack for 3. I take the 3. They could make it 7. They do not. Okay. And then they play the Aven Initiate back. Okay. It's a 3-2. And they end their turn. That happens. I drew a land. Okay. This is only a 3-3. It dies to the Proven Combatant, but I have Shed Weakness. So if they only block with that, then I get them, and it removes the -1/-1 counter, which is really nice. So let's do that. And then I can flash in Pouncing Cheetah, because I won't be able to Inferno Jet, but that's fine. I can wait an extra turn on that. So let's attack. See how blocks occur. Hopefully it's only a single block and not a double. Nice. Good, I get to get them. Okay. So we choose the Harrier Naga. We pay the green. And yes, we remove them. This time we definitely want to remove a -1. Their 4/4 dies. And for now, that's my turn. If they attack with the Devotee of Strength, I think I let it through. I guess if they pump it, I can. But if they're gonna pump it, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and that's if they use this ability twice, that's all of their mana. Which means that I still go to 2, which means I still live. So this will become a 3-3. It'll trade with this, but they're at 8. So I think I'd rather wait till end of turn. Cast Pouncing Cheetah, because I think that's the way I win. I attack with both. They take 3, and then they take 6. They could play a creature out, and that math doesn't work anymore, but we'll see. Okay, so they use the ability once. Do they use it twice? They don't. So I'm taking 5 here, going to 7. That's fine. And then they have 5 more to play nothing with. And I didn't play the Pouncing Cheetah, which is unfortunate. But I drew a Nefcrop Entangler. So let's attack and see what happens. Do they trade? Do they have some kind of a spell? They don't. They just trade. Okay. All right, so let's do this right. Nefcrop Entangler comes down. That'll be it for now. Either one of these attacks is a 3-3, so it's not a big deal. They can still bring back... What's the other creature they have in here? Oh, no, they did both. They got their 4/4 and they got their Aven Initiate. Okay, so that's it. They can't bring anything back from the graveyard. They have 2 cards in hand. Do they attack? They can again use it twice, which this time would be 7, but it doesn't have trample. So I'm going to block with the Nefcrop Entangler and make them use it once to save it. And that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. And it wouldn't make sense to use it twice because it doesn't have trample. So that's fine. They go to end their turn, and this time I actually remember to play Pouncing Cheetah. Whew, okay. They have 2 cards in hand. If they have a way to stop this cheetah from attacking... Oh, wow, that's amazing. Okay. So it's kind of inevitability. I lose, though, if they have a... Do I lose? Yeah, I lose if they have a way of stopping this cheetah attack. Because second main, I play this Inferno Jet after they take this 3, which they think is inconsequential. They have to counter this, and then they win. Okay, we're halfway there. Let's see if it works. Does it work? Nope. Oh, they cycle. Okay, they're looking for a counterspell. And super stressful. Come on. Send me a message. I drew 16 of 17. Frustrating match. I should win against you on turn 12. Okay, but I just flooded so hard. Good luck to you. Your deck is super solid. Hey, thanks. Hope you 3-0. Hey, me too. Okay. And they concede. Well, that was really nice. They seemed a little upset because of the flooding. It does happen. It does suck. But they were good sports at the end, so definitely no hard feelings. I'll be back with the finals in just a second. Well, we're back. We do not play first, I think for the first time. But our last opponent asked us to 3-0, and who am I to disappoint? So let's do our best to win this one and maybe get our first trophy. I didn't mention at the beginning I was going to, but we have not had the best luck in the world recently with these drafts. You can go back on the channel and watch some of those. I'm keeping this hand. It's not amazing, but I'll keep it. It's kind of better than some of our earlier ones. But yeah, we haven't had some of the best luck in the world, so this would be kind of nice to do well. I mean, regardless, we're 2-0 now, so I'm happy regardless, but still, it would be kind of nice. They have an Ipnu Rivulet to start. Okay. Let's play a Bloodlust Insider and pass. Drawing some gas would be nice, but... okay. Are they going to mill me? Because that would be... You know what? If I lose to mill in the finals, I'm okay with it. I love milling strategies. I'm just way too cowardly to try it. So they get rid of a Traveler's Amulet and an island. Okay. And that's their turn. Or is that my turn? Did I just... Okay, good. Whew, I was very scared. Okay, we drew another Pharaoh Prowler. Interesting. So, let's go to combat for... they're tapped out. It doesn't matter. We will play a Pharaoh Prowler. Then we will go to combat and attack. It's the same thing. Again, like the issue that we had last time. It's just that now we have a 1/3 back as a blocker if for some reason they drop a haster or something like that on this turn. So, if we draw nothing, we could Pharaoh Prowler and Consuming Fervor on a Pharaoh Prowler. It does look like they're a mill deck. This could be a fun one, guys. Okay. So, do we do this? I guess we have to, right? Let's tap 2, play a Pharaoh Prowler. Let's give the Pharaoh Prowler haste. Let's Consuming Fervor on the hasted Pharaoh Prowler. And attack for 5. Yeah, that's fine. They take 4, going to 15. We just have 3 lands in hand. That stinks. They're going to be discarding cards, milling us. They're going to be sacrificing deserts and milling us. They do need some more deserts, though. So, Is it weird that I'm rooting for them? I want to be milled maybe once. If they're gonna mill us at all, just once. Okay, good. Yes. It gets a -1/-1 counter. That's fine. Okay. Well, this is getting a little much, but that's fine. We still can't attack with the Bloodlust Insider because I want that guy. So I'm just going to attack that way and see what happens. Do they just block the 1/3 again? Oh, I guess they could block the 3/5 now. They just don't know if I have any combat tricks. Oh, they're playing something. Splendid Agony. It's spreading the love a little bit. Okay. Well, that happens. And now they block the 3/5 and take no damage. They called my bluff. Okay, well, that happens. Let's draw something, deck. Anything. Glorybringer. Why not? Go big or go home. Draw Glorybringer. Kill Seer of the Last Tomorrow. Is that the only time that's ever happened? Glorybringer killing Seer of the Last Tomorrow. Are they playing something? Maybe? They do have blue, so they could have counter spells. Just waiting to mill us out. They're going to combat, presumably not attacking, and ending their turn. Yeah, I'm assuming they have some kind of a counter spell waiting for us. But if we keep drawing all these lands, it really doesn't matter. Do we pass? There's kind of no point in attacking, right? We just have to wait for Foul Prowler to die so that we can draw a card. That's a sad world we live in, guys. They're playing something end of turn. It's a tragic lesson. Okay. Draw 2, and then discard 1 or bounce a land. And they... What do? They discarded... No, they didn't. They bounced a land. Okay. And they replayed it. That's fine. Oh, they're actually playing something on their turn? It's a Seeker of Insight. Okay. Very good. They still don't attack. That's fine. I have a 1/3 again. That Consuming Fervor did not do a lot, and this is crazy. Did our last opponent, like, put a hex on us or something? Okay, so we have nothing to do. We end our turn. No attacks. All right, so that's 9 lands out of 17. We're getting there. We're thinning out the deck, which is probably exactly what our opponent wants us to do. They played a desert. So they can activate this for 2 at any time. But they only have 1 blue. That's bad for them, good for us. Technically 2, but if they want to activate the Rivulet, they don't. Okay. They're going to... Wow. What? That's crazy. All right, well, they have no zombies. Thank God. Except they can start activating abilities to exile. I have 1 creature. They have 1 or 2. So, wow. Because it's from a graveyard. That's nuts. Good for you. Because at first I was like, this guy's in the finals. I don't fully understand why. If they only have a milling strategy, their deck has to be insane. Well, they're tapped out. So let's play a forest. Let's play an Emberhorn Minotaur. I don't have my Bloodlust Insider anymore. That would have been sweet. Although this is a 5/5, but this gives it menace and +1/+1. But if that guy dies, there's just a lot of things happening here. So I think I'm just gonna end my turn. That is terrifying. I don't have any zombies, so, or you don't have any zombies, I mean, which is good for me. Although, again, they only have 1 blue that doesn't require them to pay life to use it. Oh, they did pay a life. And they have an Angler Drake, so they can bounce my Amberhorn Minotaur. That sucks. Yep. Pretty rough. Okay. Well, I can draw a card. Um, that'll be nice. I guess I'll block with the one that is going to die soon anyway. Yeah, I draw a card. It's a Frontline Devastator. That's not terrible. I can play both this turn, and I have a Shed weakness. I see no need to play the Shed weakness, at least for now. So let's do 4 for the Emberhorn Minotaur. They knew I had that. And we'll play a Frontline Devastator as well. That's what I get for drawing all of my lands in a row. At least I can play stuff now. That's my turn, I guess. No attacks from me. No zombies still. That's good. I'll draw another card if you attack. Although, I'll just take 4 in the air as well. Okay, they cycle. They do have compelling arguments as well. That's an interesting... This is an interesting choice. Okay, they finally get the other blue that they needed. That's good for them. This is going to be a tough one. Definitely a tough game. Probably a tough match as well. Scarab God's good. We don't have any ways of exiling. So... they're still in their first main phase. They're thinking a lot. I definitely don't want to win this match on clock, but it's not something I'll be upset about. This looks like a very complex deck with lots of different decisions that they have to make, so... Okay, so they make this an O2. That happens. And this is non-creatures. They could do that. Hey, look! Look at what they immediately do. What do they discard? A land? Yeah, a desert. Well, I mean, some things care about deserts being in your graveyard, but if they want to use this... Okay, so just 4 in the air instead of letting me draw a card for free. That's fine. I do have Bitterbow Sharpshooters, don't I? Bitterbow Sharpshooters combined with Shed Weakness seems good here. Or I could draw another land. That's fine as well. Attacking with this guy, I could pump him twice. It's literally all I have to do. Or I could Shed Weakness him, but I could pump him twice if they block with the Scarab God. Kill it, and at least, you know, they get it back at the end of the end step, but they still have to replay it. And they only have 3, so they can't activate its ability. So I might as well. It can't hurt. And if they block with the Seer the last tomorrow, I'll just pump it once and kill it. So, I'll attack. Okay, let's see how he blocks. With the Seer. Okay. Okay, so on Afflict 2, I'll also activate its ability once just to make sure it dies. And that's fine. That's my turn. I can Shed Weakness to save something, but I don't see how. I mean, we know they have Splendid Agony, so. Okay, so now we can draw another card. That's cool. Block that way. I'll eventually just block with the Emberhorn Minotaur as well if I have to, just to get that guy out of here, but I'd rather get the value of drawing the card first. Bitterbow Sharpshooters. I called it. I knew I had that. Okay. Good. Very good. What do I draw? A Harrier Naga. Can I play everything? Is that greedy? I have 10, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I totally can. Okay. So let's do... Oh, and let me attack first. They don't know what I have. If they have something crazy, that's fine. Otherwise, they take either 3 or lose 2. And totally up to them. They have 3 cards in hand. They could have something. They do. They have... Oh, okay. They're going to bring my Feral Prowler back to block with so that they can draw a card. Oh, and they can do it again. Okay. So they get first with Feral Prowler. Oh, and it's a 4/4. Okay. I can save it with Shed Weakness. My Frontline Devastator. They do get to draw a card, though, which kind of sucks. But that's fine. Because this only pumps power, so they think they're safe. So I will Shed Weakness on this guy. Make it a 5/5, saves it from the Feral Prowler. They do get to draw a card, but... And they lose 2 life, which is nice. We're not out of this game yet, folks. They draw a card. They like doing that, so that's fine. Okay, then we can do Bitterbow Sharpshooters. I probably should have played the Harrier Naga first. They'll just... Oh. Okay, so they'll get the other Feral Prowler. That's fine. Okay. And then I'll get Harrier Naga. I was going to say I can bluff Magma Spray, but I blatantly have no cards in my hands, so that's fine. Alright, so now I lose 1 life and they scry 1. So I go to 11. They scry. That seems pretty sweet for them. Pretty sure I have nothing for this Scarab God, even in my sideboard. Oh, I have Puncturing Blow. Silly me. That's literally what that card was made for. Okay. So strategic planning is a thing. 1 in their hand and the rest in their graveyard. They got a swamp and an island. They put... Oh, God, that sucks. Okay. So they tap it and it doesn't untap. That's fine. I mean, it's not fine. It kind of sucks, but I'm going to take another 4 in the air. And, ooh, yeah. Because I'm going to block here. Question is, I think I have to block here as well. And just take 4, go to 7. I can't ever do anything with this. What are they doing? Oh, okay. That's even better for me. I'm glad they didn't do that. I guess they're keeping it back as a blocker for this guy. Okay, so that's on attacks. I mean, I have no cards in hand, so I'll just block that way. Puncturing Blow? Be really sweet right now. Really, really sweet. Okay. Do I even play this land? I don't know that I have to. If I attack with this, if they block, they go to 8. I can attack with both. The problem is they could just block here and kill the Harrier Naga, and I need that back as a blocker for this to save myself, and I still think I lose. Right? Because these 2 kills me. Oh, and they can just do it again, so I just don't have enough blockers. Alright, so I guess I concede. Because they can just remove a creature now. Alright, end of turn. I go to 5 at the beginning of their turn. So yeah, Puncturing Blow is what we need immediately. We exile the Scarab God. We haven't seen it at all in any of these games, I don't think. But we definitely have a chance. That game we drew kind of stone nothing. This Blur of Blades doesn't do a whole hell of a lot for us. Gift of Strength might. +3/+3 in reach. That could help us. I know Stinging Shot, it'll make it a 1/1, which is still a thing. I think Gift of Strength is better because it's more versatile. So I'll put in Gift of Strength. And I'll take out this Feral Prowler that they were using against us. Obviously, we have 2 more, I know that. But there's also Ambuscade, which would be really nice. Again, we did not see a lot of our deck. Glorybringer is also fantastic here. So, hopefully we just draw things that allow us to play stuff and whatnot. I would love to play first. Well, I just said I was going to play first, which means I have to mulligan this hand, which sucks. I just need to be faster. I don't know why green in our deck just doesn't like us today. Like, either we're just getting all of it or we're getting none of it. I'm going to keep... We're scrying. I know we're on the play. It sucks. We can play nothing. But 1 green gets us everything in our hand except Inferno Jet. If I have to cycle this, I will. Although I really, really, really don't want to. Thank God. Oh, I was really hoping that was what was going to happen. Okay. So, land, pass. Oh, super stressful. Okay. We have to be faster. Okay. That comes into play tapped. That's great. Okay. My turn. Land. Feral Prowler. Pass. Darn it. Okay, it's just strategic planning. That's fine. It's such a weird way of like putting things in your graveyard. Like 1 card goes in your graveyard, then the strategic planning resolves, and then you get the other one. It just doesn't make sense at all to me. All right, my turn. What do I draw? A land. Well, let's play the land. They're tapped out, so it doesn't matter whether we do this now or after combat. Let's attack. And pass my turn. Okay, they go straight to combat, and they end their turn. And they have to discard a card. Is that a misclick? I wonder. Or did they just do that on purpose and they just don't have land? No, because they got rid of a swamp? That seems weird. Oops, LOL. Yep, figured. Okay, let's play a forest. Let's go to combat. We can attack for 4. They have 2 lands. They could do something, I guess. They don't. I'll leave the Pouncing Cheetah for their turn. Okay, they'll cycle River Serpent. That's fine. Okay, they play another desert. They can play Proven Combatant. That's fine. And on end phase, let's play a Pouncing Cheetah. Something? Another Inferno Jet. This is going to be an interesting game, folks. A very interesting game. Let's attack for 7. If they block, they're blocking 3, so they take 4 and go to 11, which means that if we draw a land, we can kill them in 2 turns. They can search for a creature card with Internalizer and Bomb, put it into their graveyard, and shuffle. So they put... Did they not? They just failed to find? And I drew a land? Alright, so this is a 2/4, which means I'm only attacking with this 3/3, but it really doesn't matter. Because I just have inevitability with double Inferno Jet now. Okay, they block. That's fine. Oh, gotta choose them first. Alright, they have no counter because they're tapped out. And I assume they're going to tap out again to try to play something to save themselves, and they're not going to have it. I'm telling myself that last part, but it seems pretty bad for them here. Tapping 1 for a Traveler's Amulet. Okay. Tapping 1 to use it to search for a blue, I guess? I assume? Goes in their hand. Oh, it's a plains. Oh. Okay. I guess they needed white for something. What could it be? They have 5 cards in hand. And they're playing something. Seeker of Insight. Well, they have 1 black mana open, which means I'm pretty sure I win this one. I don't care if you attack. Okay. What do I draw? It doesn't matter. Cast it on them. Done. Okay. Very nice. Game 3. All right. Stressful. Down to the wire, guys. I am okay with this. That seemed to go okay for us. They didn't have any of their bombs, but I don't know. I guess these are considered bombs. We didn't have Overcome or Glorybringer. We haven't had Glorybringer against them at all. So, or Resilient Kenra either, to be honest. Or Ambuscade. We've got a lot of things that could help us here. All right. Fingers crossed, everyone. Game 3. Really? I'm keeping this one. Emberhorn Minotaur on 4 for any land whatsoever. They seem to hate on it pretty hard, but we also have an Inferno Jet. I'm not happy about it, but I'll keep it. All right. Let's see. We drew a Harrier Naga. Okay, well, we don't have to worry about playing anything early anyway, even if we did have the green. So, we're a little slow, which I'm not happy about. This seems like a normal start for their deck. River Serpent and a Swamp in the graveyard. What do we draw? Something good. They're making us wait. Something good. It's just another red land. Well, okay. Pass. Well, at least we have our 4th for Emberhorn Minotaur. It's just that that's so slow. It's very frustrating. If we draw the green this turn, it can look like we just always had it for Harrier Naga, but yeah, and Seeker of Insight's not a concern to me. Green. Green land. Green mana. Yeah. All right. Sweet. Harrier Naga. Okay. Next turn it's Emberhorn Minotaur. The turn after it's like Consuming Fervor, Ambuscade shenanigans if we need it. Lethal Sting. Well, that happens. Okay. That's fine. And they get to draw and discard. What do they discard? Discard a land. And then play a desert. Okay. What do I draw? Something that's not a land. Hey, a Resilient Kenra. Okay. I'm more than okay with that. That's going to be sweet next turn with Emberhorn Minotaur if it lives, which it very well might not. Let's see. Okay, I mean, it lived, but now it's an O2. And then they drew a card, discarded a card, and they have this wall, which is super annoying. Okay, so we can Consuming Fervor. We can then exert it. I guess we could Ambuscade too. There's a lot of different things we could do this turn. We can't Ambuscade and Kenra. But we can Consuming Fervor and Ambuscade to get rid of this wall. So, and then attack for, and we don't have to exert at that point, which is good because then next turn we can still use it. So yeah, let's try that. It's literally the only thing we have. We can Inferno Jet next turn if we really want to. All right, let's try it. It kind of sucks to use it this way, but there's nothing better that we have at this very second, so I'm kind of okay with it. Do this here. Do this here. It kills the wall, and we can attack for 4. I do not need to exert. And we can end our turn. Next turn we have Kenra to buff this guy as well. And we can give it Menace if we want to. Although if they play another blocker, it kind of won't matter. All right, so they get to search the library for a card and put it into their hand. I wonder what card they're going to choose. They can't play it till next turn, but I wonder what card they're going to choose. Okay. I was like, what? they could totally attack with that O2. They were just trying to draw a card, discard a card. What do they discard? They discard a Compelling Argument. Okay. 3 cards are in their hand, one of which is the Scarab God. We get a -1/-1 counter on this, and I'll remember to just say always yield to that, because good God. Okay. So we don't need to exert. So we can wait till next turn to do that, but we can play the Kenra now, because we can Inferno Jet whenever at this point. Buff this guy. Yes. Go to combat. Attack for 4 again. No exert necessary. And they go to 12. I so want to see that Puncturing Blow. It's not even funny. All right, they have their white land. Oh, please tell me that's what they went to go search for with Razaketh's Right. Instead of the Scarab God. That'd be really funny. Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay. Well, they don't have any zombies. Puncturing Blow. Draw Puncturing Blow. Draw, I don't care. No, it's a land. All right. Well, we could attack with this, but that would be silly. Even if we exert it, it becomes a 2/4 with Menace. We could kill the O2 with it. That would be cool. Or bring them to 10. So maybe that's not stupid. Bring them to 10, use this to bring them to 4. And then if we draw the other one, we just win. And leave the Kenra back to block the Scarab God with. So yeah, that's actually not a bad idea. Here I am kind of, saying that it's not. But I think it's fine. And I'll exert. Makes them have to, if they're blocking, they have to double block. Okay. And I will clearly deal damage to the Seeker first. Yes. Yes, that is how I will do that. Okay. I guess I just do it, right? Like, Glorybringer is a really good draw for us here. Puncturing Blow is a really good draw for us here. The other Inferno Jet's a really good draw for us here. I mean, the other Inferno Jet just wins us the game if they don't counter it. So, and they have 2 cards in hand, now 3. We actually haven't seen a single counter from them, I don't think. So, yeah, Inferno Jet seems amazing here. I don't know that we'll get that lucky, but maybe. I'll totally block. Yep. Because I have nothing else, so at least I can replay this guy as an Eternal. I mean, it sucks because it won't be able to buff anything, but at least it'll be a 4/4. Okay. Bloodlust Insider would be a fine draw as well, since I can replay that guy. Oh, well, that sucks. They can just get rid of it now, so I can't use it again. That's fine. That's a fine choice. They can buff it, but it doesn't matter. Oh, yeah, because I already blocked. So it's a 9/9 until end of turn, but that's inconsequential. So now it's my turn. Darn it. Well, this will be a fun turn. We can do just nothing. I don't even know. I guess I'll play a land. It doesn't matter. I'll pass. I'll take 9 this turn, unless they choose to use its ability. Oh, sorry. I take 10, technically, because of this. They get to scry 1, and they can use it twice if they tap their mana correctly, which I'm sure they would. No, they're just going to attack. Oh, yeah, because they wouldn't have haste. So that's fine. I take 9, I go to 10. They're at 6. I have some outs. I'm running out of them. But they exist. I just lose now. That's it. That's game. Oh, man. That sucks. Yep. They have it. They're going to attack. And that's going to be it. That's rough. I would have loved to have had a... I know that I shouldn't have told them because they could have just not attacked if they were scared of something, but yeah, it's fine. I was going to, yeah, they're just going to do that. That's fine. I lose 3 on upkeep, going to 7, and then they attack me for $1 million. 17. So yeah. That's awesome. I'll let them do it. Have your fun. I like being able to do cool stuff too. So it happens. I'll reveal my hand. Oh, no, too late. Anyway, guys, I went 2-1. It wasn't a trophy, but it's a lot better than we've been doing recently if you haven't been following along with our other drafts. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know what you thought in the comments down below of my playstyle, my drafting, etc. That's what I do this for. Maybe I can learn something. Maybe you learned something. You can check out our other videos on the channel. Every Monday we do product openings. Every Wednesday we do reviews of the Magic Stories, or these days the Magic Story podcasts. So please check those out. They'll be popping up on the screen. You can click on our logo to subscribe to our channel, and you'll find out when all those videos come out. That helps us out a lot. Check us out on Facebook and Twitter. That's in the comments section, or the description, excuse me, down below. I've been Joe. This is Geek for All. And as we always say, in whichever video of ours you watch next, we will see you all next time. Thanks so much, everybody.